Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to In the Dirt right here on YouTube. My name is Tim Baltz. Glad you could join us here in 2024. And once again, like and subscribe if you've not done so already this season. We certainly do appreciate that. We got a lot of racing results to get to, but first we got to talk about some of the great sponsors that have helped us out here in 2024. First, we got to talk about Dow's Climate Care, Alexandria Home Hardware, Draper Doors, and Rito Acres Campground. Well, a lot of great racing action took place this weekend. A lot of racetracks dodged Mother Nature, and we're going to have all the racing results for you right here on In the Dirt. Stick around. Come right back.
Don Van Dusen for Dow's Climate Care. Protect your heating and cooling investment with a Dow's We Care maintenance plan. With plans as low as $9.99 a month and an initial tune-up fee for $59.99, keep your system protected and have peace of mind. If you're currently paying for a maintenance plan and you aren't receiving service, give us a call. We'll transfer you to our plan at no cost. Dow's Climate Care, locally owned heating and cooling professionals who care, serving Kingston, Belleville, and Trenton for 50 years. Call us at 613-900-7256.
Rito Acres is the place to be.
It's that time of year. Time to plan your summer vacations and weekend fun. Why not book now for your summer camping and RVing at Rito Acres Family Campground, Eastern Ontario's full-service camping facility, located on a UNESCO World Heritage Site known as the Rideau Canal, on a series of lakes joined by lock systems that links Kingston to Canada's capital city, Ottawa. Rito Acres is only 10 minutes from downtown historic Kingston. Here's what Rito Acres has to offer you and your family when you visit: the spacious pull-through campsites, trailers, and motorhomes, the swimming pool staffed with lifeguards, a beautiful beach to enjoy for a relaxing afternoon of fun and family, excellent fishing on Colonel By Lake, a boat docking facility for your fishing or pleasure craft, boats, canoes, and kayaks available for rent, a beautiful banquet hall for weddings or meetings to fit any occasion, 136 acres of outdoor adventure, hiking, biking, playground, swimming, fishing, horseshoes, basketball, and so much more. Make Rito Acres your camping destination this year. You better book now. We're filling up fast. Visit ritoacres.com or call 613-546-2711.
Rito Acres is the place to be. Come on out, you'll see at the gated community.
Well, we are back here on In the Dirt right here on YouTube. And again, like and subscribe if you've not done so already. We certainly do appreciate that support. Well, as we talked about before we went to break, we got a ton of racing results to get to. So let's get right down to it, shall we? Over at the Can-Am Speedway on Friday night, it was the return of the 358 Modified Summer Starter event for the Modifieds. And Lance Willix collected the checkered flag, his first of the season, in an epic battle with Billy Dunn. Defending track champion Tim Fuller finished up third. In the Dirt Car Sportsman feature event, Mike Fowler won the event green to checkered, an absolute dominant performance for Fowler, his first win of the season. Logan Brown continues to win in the limited sportsman class. He picked up his third win in 4 tries. Andrew Hennessy got his first ever crate sprint car checkered flag on Friday night. Anthony St. Mary Jr. got his first career Thunder Car feature win, and congratulations to him. The Redwood, New York native got it done. And in the Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour at Kingston, Ontario, swept the top 2 spots. It was Aaron Pugh and Ian Gordon the top 2, with Dave Carl coming home in third. Over to the 358 Modified feature at Brockville on Saturday night. Ryan Arbuthnot made up for that heartbreaking loss a week ago, picking up the checkered flag on Saturday night, his first 358 Modified win over Jonathan Ferguson and Corey Wheeler. The Dirt Car Sportsman North Regional Series was an intense battle between Gavin Isley and Shane Pecor. In the end, it was Shane Pecor collecting his first series win of the season over Gavin Isley, and defending track champion Bobby Harrington was third. In the Novice Sportsman, a career first, Corey Lambert collected the checkered flag there. And in the Mini Stocks, it was another career first for Matt Bull. He collected his first career Mini Stock checkered flag. In the Supernaut Truck Shop Crate Sprint Car Division, it was Bruno Richard collecting his first Brockville Sprint Car checkered flag. And the Eastern Ontario Vintage Stock Car Club opened their 2024 season this past Saturday. It was Pete Snapper collecting the 50s and 60s class, while veteran Randy Gaudette won the 70s and 80s division. The Brighton Speedway, unfortunately, their program got rained out, but they'll be back for another show this coming weekend. Over to the Mohawk International Raceway on Saturday night, it was the annual Memorial Cup for the 358 Modifieds and was part of the MIR 358 Modified Series. The first Twin 20 event went to veteran Kerry Terrance. His first win of the season over there over Tyler Meeks and Preston Forbes. Turned out to be a really good night for Preston Forbes as he came right back in the second 20-lapper, grabbed his first career 358 modified win, and congratulations to Preston on that one. Kerry Terrance was second, and Jordan McCready were the top three. Over to the sportsman side of things, it was a father-son battle to the checkered flag. It was Cedric Govro picking up the win over his dad Eric on Saturday night. Dakota Sharp got his first ever pro stock win at Mohawk. Tony Frezzo back-to-back in the mini stock class, and Kyle Reef victorious in limited sportsman. At the Airborne Speedway Thursday night, it was 358 modified action over there, and Felix Waugh, Super Dirt Car Series star, collected a small block checkered flag over Tim Fuller and George Foley. In the sportsman division, Fire Swamp picked up another checkered flag. Remember that name. We'll talk about him later on. He got the job done there. Josh Terry and Renegades, and Ryan Senecal in the mini stocks. Over to the Devil's Bowl Speedway, they had a twin bill. Of course, they ran Saturday night. They had a 358 modified special, and Robert Bublak collected his first 358 modified win ever over Matt Woodruff and Mike Mahaney. In the novice sportsman, it was Nick Austin Neal over Logan Dennis and Matthew Wade. 500cc sprints went to Raymond Hansen. In the mini stocks, it was Austin McCryher, and Crown Vic division went to Rob Steele. Sunday, over at the Devil's Bowl Speedway, was the Northeast Crate Nationals for the Sportsman Modifieds. $5,000 going to Fire Swamp. He picked up the victory over Big Block Modified star Demetrius Drelos and veteran Brian Calabrese collecting checkered flags there. In limited sportsman on Saturday night at Devil's Bowl in Vermont, it was Scott Towsley. Quinville picked up the 500cc sprint car checkered flag. Mini stocks, it was Jared Colburn. Over to the Cornwall Speedway, 358 modified action on Sunday night. Nobody's stopping Jackson Gill over there. He collected his second straight 358 modified win over Kerry Terrance and Ryan Stabler. Over to the sportsman side of things, it was Cedric Govro notching his second win of the weekend over Gabriel Sear and Shane Pecor. Lightning sprints went to Xavier Lozon, Chris Cotton in the mini stocks. And Eastern Ontario Vintage Club was much like it was on Saturday night at Brockville. Pete Stapper in the 50s and 60s, and Randy Gaudette once again in the 70s and 80s class. Moving over to the Merrittville Speedway Saturday night, 358 modified checkered flag to veteran Chad Brockman over Brad Rouse and Dylan Davidson. Sportsman feature win went to Cody McPherson. On the Hoosier stock side of things, it was Dave Bailey collecting a checkered flag. Mod Light feature win went to Brent Bigelow, and Sean Cuse won the 4-cylinder feature. Over to the Lebanon Valley Speedway Saturday night, big block modified action. It was Keith Flack going to victory lane over Brett Haas and Colby Schrader. 358 modified feature win to Andy Bicchetti. He is the defending 358 modified champion there over Joey Coppola and Lauren Brown. Tim Hartman Jr. continues to dominate the sportsman class, collecting checkered flag number 4 over there. Sean Perez Sr. in the pro stocks. Brian Walsh won the limited sportsman feature. Street stocks went to Chris Stalker, and Jason Peck was victorious in the 4-cylinder event. Over to the Ohsweken Speedway Friday night, 360 sprint car action over there. It was Dylan Westbrook collecting the checkered flag over Corey Turner and Ryan Turner. Crate sprints went to Steve Murdoch over Brett Stratford and Lance Erskine. Over at the Thunder Mountain Speedway, unfortunately, rain got them on their Saturday night program. They also, ahead of time, had their Super Dirt Car Series event that was scheduled for this week rained out as well. That has been rescheduled to July 17th. Over to Autodrome Granby, they had a twin bill for their season opener. Kicking it off on Friday night, it was David Hebert collecting another checkered flag over Felix Waugh and Steve Bernier. Alex Lajoie picked up the sportsman feature win. Robert Larocque in pro stocks, and Matthew Vogel in the sport compact division on Friday. The action shifted over Saturday to Granby, and no change in the modifieds. It was David Hebert collecting another win over Matthew Desjardins and Felix Waugh. Alex Lajoie sweeps the weekend in the sportsman ranks. Dominic Blay in sport compact. The future sportsman went to former pro stock driver Pascal Payor and Martin Thibert in the semi-pro street stock class. Land of Legends Raceway, unfortunately, rain got them on Saturday night. Over to the Ransomville Speedway 358 modified action on Friday night. Matt Williamson collected a checkered flag over Ryan Susi and Chad Brockman. Jim Harbison won the Dirt Car Sportsman feature, and Tyler Foster in novice sportsman. At Glen Ridge on Sunday night, it was Lance Willix collecting his second win of the weekend over Brian Pessolano and Andrew Buff. Zach Buff collected the Dirt Car Sportsman checkered flag. Luke Horning and Dirt Car Pro Stocks. Josh Coonrad collected the Limited Sportsman feature win. Over to the Albany-Saratoga Speedway Big Block Modified action Friday night. It was Jesse Mueller picking up his first win of the season. Mark Johnson was second and Jack Lehner third. Dirt Car 358 checkered flag. Mark Johnson got redemption, picking up his second 358 modified win of the season at Malta over Andrew Buff and Robert Bublak Jr. Brendan Gibbons won the Dirt Car Sportsman feature event. Kim Duell in Dirt Car Pro Stocks. Nick Burnage in the Limited Sportsman and Chris Stucker in the Street Stock class. Over to Bear Ridge Speedway Saturday night. Dirt Car Sportsman win to Todd Buchwald over defending track champion Jason Gray and Tim Churchill. Jason Horniak in the Coupe division. The Sprint Cars of New England were on hand, and Scott Holcomb collected the checkered flag there. The Stocker division with the John Fields, Kevin LaForest in the Ridge Runners, and Chris LaForest won the four-cylinder Enduro. Genesee Speedway, unfortunately, they got rained out on Saturday night, but they'll be back for a full program next week. Over to the Outlaw Speedway, Alex Payne continues to impress, picking up another big block modified win over Danny Johnson and Jeff Doherty. Carter Crooker in Sportsman, hobby stock win to Doug Batterson. Willie Easling in four-cylinder, and Gene Sharpstein in the Street Stock division. Over to the Brewerton Speedway Friday night. The Empire Super Sprints were in town. They're always exciting. And Danny Varon got another Brewerton Speedway ESS win over Larry White and Sean Donath. Big Block Modified first career win for Andrew Ferguson in the Big Block Modifieds over Chris Halsizer and former Sportsman driver Alan Fink. Zach Sabaka, he picked up the Dirt Car Sportsman checkered flag, and it was Kyle Demo in the Mod Light division. Fulton Speedway, unfortunately, they got rained out, but they'll be back this coming Saturday night. Over to the Weed Sport Speedway on Sunday night. The Heroes remembered 100 for the Super Dirt Car Series, and Matt Williamson got his second win of the weekend over Peter Britton and Stuart Friesen. Dirt Car Sportsmen were on hand. Checkered flag going to Nick Root over Cody McPherson and Emmett Waldron. Jordan Hutton collected the Central New York Mini Sprint feature. Well, that is all the racing results we have from this past weekend, and we also have a full slate of racing action that's coming up in the next week or so right here on In the Dirt, so stick around. You're not going to want to miss it. Come right back and check us out. Remember, like and subscribe. We'll be right back.
Alexandria Home Hardware is your home and garden headquarters. Come in and see our sizzling summer deals for both inside and outside your home. We've got lumber, and now at the lowest price in a long time. Be sure to check our home hardware savings flyer every week for price saving specials all summer long. Come in and see the Garden Center, a huge selection of lawn and garden choices. Our friendly staff is here to assist you for all your shopping needs at Alexandria Home Hardware. Don't forget, you can shop 24 hours a day online at Home Hardware. Draper Doors is your garage door and retractable screen experts. For sales, service, and installation of garage doors, electric door openers, retractable screens, or custom doors, it's Draper Doors. Draper Doors offers 24-hour service at 613-544-2269. If you're replacing your garage door of any size, call for a quote today at 613-544-2269. Remember, call Draper Doors if you can't get it up.
Well, we're back here on In the Dirt right here on YouTube. Remember, like and subscribe if you've not done so already. We certainly do appreciate that support. Well, as we talked about before we went to break, there is a lot of racing action coming up at your favorite racetrack, so stay tuned right here and we'll see what's coming up at your favorite place to go racing. First of all, at the Can-Am Speedway on Friday night, it is Fan Appreciation Night with a regular show in all 5 classes. The Dirt Car 358 Modified and Dirt Car Sportsman will be here. Limited Sportsman, Crate Sprints, and Thunder Cars on the card as well, with racing starting at 7 o'clock. Brockville, Ontario Speedway, a full show in all divisions featuring the Dirt Car 358 Modifieds and Dirt Car Sportsman. Novice Sportsman, Supernaut Truck Shop, Crate Sprints will be on the card along with the mini stocks for a second straight week. Racing starts at the new time of 6 p.m. Over to the Brighton Speedway, they're going to have a Fan Appreciation Night as well. They'll have late models, Canadian Modifieds, mini stocks, Comp 4 in the Stinger division. They're always exciting. exciting. Racing starts at 7 p.m. Mohawk International Raceway, a 35-lap contest. It's the opener for the MIR Sportsman Series. It's always exciting. The 358 Modifieds and Pro Stocks will be on the card, plus the Limited Sportsman and Mini Stocks as well. Racing starts there at 6:30. Over to the Airborne Speedway, a big one for them over there on Thursday night. It's the Adirondack Invasion. 70 laps for the Modifieds, $7,070 to win, plus Sportsman, Renegades, and Mini Stocks all starting at 7 p.m. Over to the Devil's Bowl Speedway in Vermont on Saturday night. The inside track is back. Now, for those of you who have never been to Devil's Bowl Speedway, they got a half-mile track around the outside, and then they got another quarter-mile track on the inside portion in the infield, and they use both of them on the same night this coming Saturday. And all the sportsman classes will run the half-mile track. The rest of the divisions will run the inside track. That should be a good show to watch. Racing starts over there at 5 p.m. Cornwall Motor Speedway, a huge night for the Pro Stocks. 55 laps, a record-paying $5,555 to win. 358 Modified, Sportsman, Novice Sportsman, and Mini Stocks on the card as well, with racing starting at 6:30. Over to the Merrittville Speedway, it is the Ivan Little Memorial for the 358 Modifieds, and it's in honor of legendary modified driver Ivan Little. Dirt Car Sportsman West Regional Series round number 2 will be there, and the Hoosier Stocks with a 7 o'clock start time. Over to Lebanon Valley Speedway, always a big show at the Valley. They got big block modifieds, 358 modified, Sportsman, Pro Stocks, Limited Sportsman, Street Stocks, 4 cylinders. I hope I didn't leave anything off the card because they got a big show there starting at 6 o'clock. Over to the Ohsweken Speedway on Friday night, it's a Six Nations Community Night over there featuring the 360 Sprints. Crate Sprints will be there along with the Thunder Stocks and Mini Stocks with a 7:30 start time. Thunder Mountain Speedway, they're going to try to get a show in for once this year. Big block modifieds will be there, plus the Sportsman, Factory Stock, Street Stock, 600cc modifieds. The four-wheel drive 4-cylinder stocks will be there. Racing starts at 7 p.m. Autodrome Granby is back to their traditional Friday night program, but it's a 50-lapper for the 358 Modifieds. The Sportsman, Pro Stock, and Sport Compact cars will all be there. Racing starts at 6 p.m. Over to the Land of Legends Raceway on Saturday night, the Big Block Modifieds will be there, and a full show for the Sportsman, 305 Sprint, Street Stocks, Hobby Stocks, and Legends Sportsman. Racing gets underway there at 6:30. Over to Ransomville, the Dirt Car Sportsman West Regional Series opener will be on hand, plus the Dirt Car 358 Modifieds, Novice Sportsman, and Mini Stocks, all starting at 7:15 p.m. Over to Glen Ridge, I'll be there this coming Sunday for the start of the Dirt Car 358 Modified Series. Billy Dunn is the defending race winner. They'll have a full show in all divisions over there, with racing starting at 6:30. Over to the Albany Saratoga Speedway on Friday night, $4,000 to win for the Big Block Modifieds on Friday night, plus a Sportsman Special and a $500 to win Street Stock event. That should be a good one. Racing starts at 7 p.m. Moving on over to the Bear Ridge Speedway, they'll have a full show in all divisions featuring the Dirt Car Sportsman, with racing starting at 6 p.m. And a reminder, those of you who are chasing the Dirt Car Sportsman East Regional Series, the Afton Speedway event that was set for this coming Tuesday, that has been canceled and that has been moved to July the 30th. So mark that down on your calendar as well. At the Genesee Speedway on Saturday night, Hoosier Tire Sprint Tour will be on hand, plus the Super 6 show, with racing starting at 6 p.m. Outlaw Speedway, the Super 5 show will be there. $5 admission to get into Outlaw on Friday night, and of course it is Fan Appreciation Night. Racing starts at 7 p.m. Over to the Brewerton Speedway, a regular program with Big Block Modified, Sportsman, the IMCA Stars will be on hand, plus the Mod Lights and 4-cylinders, and held over features for the Mod Light and 4-cylinder division, so a lot of racing action taking place at the D-shaped Dirt Demon, with racing starting at 7 p.m. Fulton Speedway, back to regular action with the Dirt Car 358 Modified and Dirt Car Sportsman. Novice Sportsman will be on the card, and a $500 to win 4-cylinder open competition event, and it's family autograph night, so you can get your autographs with your favorite drivers as well at the Fulton Speedway at 7 o'clock. Weedsport Speedway, they're off for a little while, but they'll be back on June the 11th with the Dirt Car Big Block Modifieds, plus the Dirt Car Sportsman Central Regional Series. Racing begins there on June 11th at the Port at 7 p.m. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up our program for this week. And of course, we want to thank some of our great sponsors that have been here with us in 2024. I want to thank once again Dow's Climate Care for being on hand with us, Alexandria Home Hardware, Draper Doors, and Rideau Acres Campground. Well, as we talked about, a lot of racing action coming to your local racetrack, and we certainly do appreciate you joining us here on In the Dirt. For now, I'm Tim Baltz. We'll see you at the races.